Um, in my last video, I left off with I can see the good and the bad of what's happening, what's going on with me, what's happening to people like me. I understand that we need to acquire a better understanding of the human mind. Right now, that's with drugs, how chemicals interact with the brain. People like me have been told that we have chemical imbalance. And if that's the case, then what is a chemical balance? Who's to say where the balance is? I think this is very important, because there's a wide range of people, a wide range of types of people. Does a soldier, for instance, have a chemical balance? And if so, why? I would perhaps say no, because they are volunteering to kill people, and I find that wrong. Why do we do all this? What's going on? Why are certain individuals tested for chemical balances and others not tested? How important is this chemical balance as far as maintaining civilization, maintaining order, maintaining law? Are the laws that are in place now the same laws that will be in place in the next 10, 20, 50, 100 years? There's a lot of ways to go with all this. I'm not exactly sure what the most important thing is to say. I hope to address as many of the issues that are bothering me as I can before I have to go. What I want to know is why are we doing this to each other? And I feel that it's just so that we can better understand each other. Whether it's right or not, time will tell. I'm somewhat of a firm believer in the idea that everything is right, that everything is good. Mistakes are there to be learned from. Have I made a mistake? To some people, yes. To others, no. Some might say I haven't gone far enough. Some might say that I'm not going about it the right way. That if I am upset with the church, or if I'm upset with religion, or if I'm upset with parents who tell things to their children that they are not sure whether they are true or not, but that they tell their children that they are true, is that right? Is it right to lie to your children about Santa Claus? Is it okay to tell your children that God exists? Or is it okay to tell your children that Muslims are bad? Is it okay to tell your children that that it's okay for people like me to be analyzed, have tests performed on them? Is it okay for people like me to be medicated with drugs that they don't want? I feel that everything that is inside of me is there for a reason. It's taken millions of years of evolution for us to get to this point. And I believe that human beings are the best thing on this earth, perhaps the best things in the known universe. No, I do believe that we are the best things in the known universe. So again, I can see the need to want to understand how people like me work. I guess I'm a criminal. So the goal is to understand how criminals work. I really don't feel like a criminal. Regarding the things that I'm being charged with, spray painting the church, why did I do it? I wanted to leave a message. Why, when I was in Point East, did I assault another person that was in there? The reason behind that is I was offended, strongly offended. He intentionally offended me. He blessed. He was another, not an inmate, another patient, and he was going around saying the Lord's Prayer over people's food. And when he came to me, I asked him not to do it. And he told me to shut the fuck up. Which is really, it just doesn't seem right for someone to say the Lord's Prayer, and when you tell them not to, for them to tell you to shut up. And especially in the way that he did it. So he began saying the prayer over the food as it was coming in to the place. They wheeled it in on a little cart, or inside of a cart, and he began saying the prayer over the food before anybody could do or say anything. He would wait there at the door for the food to come in, and I objected. I asked him not to do it. At least not to do it to my food. I didn't want that. If you're going to give thanks for the things that you get, I think it's very important that you realize who you're giving thanks to. And no one realizes what God is. We can't. It is beyond our scope of imagination. And it's like that for a good reason. Religious people will often say that, God is everything, or that God is above everything, it is beyond everything, that it is outside of the known universe. And they've just created this idea that is, for all intents and purposes, untouchable. And it doesn't work. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't fit. And it's unnecessary. We don't need it. We don't need religion anymore. Would things change if religion was gone tomorrow? Yeah. Things would get a little messed up, I'm sure. It would take a while for people to adjust. the world would, I strongly believe the world would be a better place if religion just became a part of the past. It just became a part of history, and it joined the ranks of every other mythology out there. The moral teachings of religion, however, should go the way of philosophy, law, and perhaps psychology or sociology. That's where those aspects belong. But there's a lot of things in the Bible that don't belong in science textbooks. They don't belong in human studies. They belong in the past. It is an outdated system, and it's not necessary today. For us to understand this universe, we do not need religion.